Hello and welcome back to the Elder Chair Campaign. I'm your host and GM, Nineveh, and with me are Kathea and Soinnarios.
Hello, this is Kathea.
And I am Soinnarios.
Nice. This is in our uninterrupted, untouched timeline, episode 34, session 30, but it may not, again, come out quite in that order, depending. Though I'm happy to report the first chat episode has been getting more views. It's no longer the worst episode. Possibly we've complained about it enough that people went back and watched it. I don't know.
Good.
Right. Slightly higher averages. Yeah. Cool. So anyways, last time we went through Dark season and there was a lot of drama involved in that. It's good times. We are on our way to Storm season now. So there are a few things that have to happen in Storm season. The big one is the tribal fair. So we'll be your clan is hosting the tribal meetup, all things. I call it a fair. We could call it a lot of things, but it's the big tribal meetup of the year where you kind of settle issues and stuff.
It seems like a fair.
Yeah, it has that sort of vibe.
We show cattle.
Probably.
Let's see, it's a fair.
I think it would have roots in like a medieval fair, but I guess we could also call it a blot or an all thing, or like there's lots of words for this sort of thing. Anywho, I guess the first thing for your characters, for Soinnarios and Kathea, are there any objectives you want to accomplish when the entire tribe gets together? Is there anything you want to throw out for consideration or put your thumb on the scale for anything, like proactively, or do you just kind of want to see what's going on?
Only thing I would have a little bit is we've been doing lots of good stuff. And we've got to brag about it appropriately to our clan. But there should be, the tribe should be aware that we're representing them too, and we're doing good for them. But I'm not sure that Kathea is the type to like stand up and just force the issue. But it does seem like maybe getting reputation and all. I don't know how that would come into play, but it's a very generic statement. Nothing specific.
Scenarios.
I'm thinking about pushing that a little bit. Maybe won't be perfect, but try and push tribe unity a little bit, which I know will be fun now that I got the wrong husband for that. Because I really don't want the truce to end. Because I think us fighting would be the worst thing with everything else going on.
Right.
I'm all in on both of those, by the way. I think that helps too with kind of what I was trying to say, which is I want to show now that we've become heroes, and we're not just heroes of our clan. We could be heroes for all of you, so you should get behind us. Maybe that can circumvent any of the backbiting that might be aimed our way, or my way specifically, from other members of our tribe.
Right.
But Soinnarios would be much better at actually doing that than me, probably. And I don't know. I think getting married and being a little more traditional, pardon the phrasing, but there would give her a good position, good platform.
Cool.
I suppose I could also look around and see, kind of get a feel for what anything interesting going on around us, or any information. Especially we've got the Maboder, which of course we know something about, but we've got some people closer in that direction. We also had the dead thing that I've been interested as maybe more as a player than as a character, but she want to keep her ear to the ground.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just making some notes.
Do you have anything else, Soinnarios?
Good work, team.
We're not being very proactive this season, so.
No,
and
you're
I
kind
will
of hanging
also
back.
dress to impress, as far as stuff I normally wear. I'll wear all the silver stuff that I've accumulated, or at least the basic parts of the wyvern armor.
Right.
Show off.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. So dress to impress. Got it. Sounds good. Okay, so we'll kind of also. So the fair takes about a week. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to do with your season?
I'm gonna probably continue. I think I'm gonna continue training in Alture, my language training.
Okay, so you'll spend a fair amount of time away to handle that.
Yeah.
Look and recruit Carls and Cotters as I move from herd to barley, hopefully.
Makes sense. Cool. Sorry, I know it's a little slow. Okay. All right, so Kathea, you'll spend a fair amount of time in Aldature. While you're there, so in the front half of Storm season, you're at the Lankermite Temple a lot. You're learning how to read. It's pretty fun. It's a good time. What's this letter? What's that letter? What does this symbol mean? Just drilled into you over and over again.
Hey, I'm past that.
How good are you at it?
Let's see. Reading, writing. I'm at 15%.
15%. Okay, so you can cobble together your first grade notes. So there's still a lot of learning there to do.
Don't be making fun of me.
Hey, it's better than nothing. But while you're in the city, you have access to a larger number of people who are tied into more networks than you are. And so you're able to learn, kind of keep abreast of current events. So one thing you learn while you're there is that, so shortly before the fair begins, so right before you would head back, like you start to hear rumors that things are really turning in the the Maboderlands, that the Tomori have like suffered a pretty hideous loss, and that their leader, Kostajor, his wolf brother was slain. So the wolf brother is like every Tomori has like a wolf, like a big wolf that is like their spiritual twin essentially. And so that wolf was killed. So the leader of the Tomori's wolf was slain. And one of his sons, of his 5 sons who were kind of helping lead their war effort, was slain as well, and another one was taken captive. So you learn of all this. Yeah, the general undercurrent that you're pretty easily able to pick up on is that Jome, the general, is apparently the real deal. Like he's led a pretty successful campaign. So Kostajor himself still remains at large, as do the other sons, the 3 sons that are still alive and free. But it seems like it's the sort of blow that to enable to score it, you would assume it's unrecoverable. That the Tomori are probably not having a good time right now.
A little bit of mixed feelings about everything, but still good to be aware.
Yeah, there's nothing like a circle of retributive genocides to make you be like, do I have to pick a side? So yeah,
Exactly.
but yeah, that's you. Yeah, you overhear this, and that's what you get out of it. It's just the news on the street, right? Otherwise, it's your day-to-day stuff, this and that, rumor type stuff. But that's the big one that stands out, is that things are definitely seem to be approaching a decisive point, at least, or have already been largely decided in that fight. Is there anything else you want when you're in the city? Is there anything else you need to do while you're there?
I don't think so. Just any kind of rumors I pick up. It sounds like I picked the big one up. Otherwise, I think I'll just probably be locked in on studying, and then back for our week and back for seasonal holy day. And,
right.
Unless there's anything else specific going on.
Nope, not too much. I just wanted to check and see if there was anything you're going to do as far as purchasing or anything. So that's cool.
No, I don't think so.
Sounds good. All right. So you'll return back to Voting Lands in time for the fair. Oh, cool. And Soinnarios, we already kind of know what you're doing for this time. You're starting to sort of informally reach out and survey people to see who you can bring into your household when you move. I do have one question for you that you might want to consider. You set up a shrine to Pelora. The most important part of the shrine is probably whatever the votive is. So if there's like a statue or a wooden figure or something like that, are you planning on leaving it at 3 Hall Steed, or are you planning on moving your shrine? Okay.
Because I'm gonna have 5 hides. That seems like the better place.
Okay, makes sense. So you'll want to make some preparations for that, since it will be a ritual thing. It's something you can handle. I just want to make sure we were discussing it, since that is technically an improvement, but they are somewhat mobile, so you can definitely move it. Cool. All right. So we're rolled around to Fair Week. Fair Week is during Orlandsite Holy Day that week. So there's a lot of that sort of stuff going on. It is storm season, so it's still cold, especially at night. The snow is melting. You get storms, a mix of snow or rain. You get some clear days too, though. It's not all miserable, but it is kind of, as I have continue to say, like it's the crappy part of spring when the world is thawing, but it's not actually thawed yet. So you don't have lots of green growth and like little bird songs and all that stuff happening, but you do get some relief from the cold and the snow starts to break away. Your clan is handling a lot of the preparations, so you kind of set up. The fair itself is right outside of Fieldstone. So everybody is set up outside the wall, and then you have like lodgings and things, people taking people into their homes or staying at the clan hall as needed. Your queen is here, obviously. She has her own setup and her own retinue. Kinarella Redwine, who is rather famously a god talker of Marangor.
Yep.
So the big things that happen here, there's lots of entertainment, right? There's food. People are reeling out kind of the stores of leftover stuff or stored things, as well as food's been imported. So fancier food's been imported for this. So wine, meat, stuff like that. And there's lots of entertainment. There are a lot of people here from all over your tribe, as well as a lot of merchants, even like throughout the Confederation are here. So you have merchants from the other tribes as well. So there's lots of booths and stalls or people setting up their wagons and putting their wares out. So there's a lot going on from across sort of the whole place. So so we kind of set your objectives. Like you kind of want to like emphasize tribal unity. You sort of want to up your reputation a little bit. How do you want to kind of pursue that while you're here?
No,
Okay.
I'm thinking between.
You're good.
We go to some of the various people that we know, clans in the tribe, to get the idea rolling of tribal unity and solidarity. Of course, not overriding clan rights, that wouldn't be appropriate, but just making sure that we don't let clan on clan squabbles get in the way of the tribe with uncertain times around us. So, even though he probably wouldn't listen like Corstar, and then maybe Orstar, and if we know similar people in the two other clans, and then maybe have a meal or whatever with an elder from there or something, and throw the idea before the whole tribal airing of grievances or whatever it is for our Festivus.
Right.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I get it. I was honestly, despite not being a huge Seinfeld fan, I was like thinking of like, you're like, we're going to emphasize tribal unity and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, it's like a black and white cookie. So maybe that scene is only famous to me, but there's a whole sketch about it. Anywho, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I've only seen a handful of episodes, so what I remember of it and what is like truly standout moments are probably not the same. Anyways,
Soup Nazi.
yes. Soup Nazi less applicable here. So maybe. But anyways,
Could be.
go ahead and make. Okay, so for this initial stage, like roping Orstar in is pretty easy. Roping Corstar in is going to require a conversation. If you're looking for other people from the other clans, I think. Shoot, my brain just stopped. Hooray! I can do this. An intrigue check is probably useful here to kind of look for some fault lines or people that are connected. Right? You're kind of like, who do I know from this clan? You know, or who do I know from the Blue Hill or the Jadavos that will actually listen, right? Or who would be useful. And to be fair, like the Blue Hill and the Jadavos are your allies. The Stag Shield are more than allies, they're friends. But the Mandarin hate your guts, and that feeling is mutual. So
I don't hate them.
you're like, I just hate one of them specifically. Yeah. All right, so how is that intrigue roll going?
That's getting rolled.
Okay.
If you need me to roll anything, let me know, but I'm just kind of in the background. Looking impressive.
I failed. I did not fumble, but I failed.
Okay, cool. So basically, outside of just trying to like, you don't, and this is, I think, true to how the game has gone, you don't really know that many people you're discovering from the other clans. And so you're like, who should I go talk to? And you're like, we have lots of friends among the clans, but I don't. You know, it's kind of like your like conclusion. I don't actually know who to approach. I'm not sure who would listen to me and who I could, network with well. Like you're kind of uncertain of that. Unfortunately, you're not really sure who would be a good to approach. So yeah, you can ask Ynor for help.
I could.
I mean, this is always true. You can always ask him for help. I'm just reminding you of this. Not that he would be particularly good or useful at this per se. I'm not saying he'd be bad at it.
Might also be an elder that could help us too if you want to work that way. Plus, we could actually work through the official channels this time. I mean, if you want to.
She can be taught.
Here's a Yolana
Kathea may not, but don't we? Oh yeah, never mind. Star was going to be helpful, but married into the Stag Shield, who would be all on board with us anyway.
We'd maybe talk to Sablefur.
Your chieftain?
and not forget her this time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can loop her in and tell her that that's yeah. So I mean, you've met with her. You know her. You've lived around her all your life. You know her. You've met her several times in game as well. She's a fairly stern Ernaldan woman. She has a black fur cloak, which is called sable fur, and she's fairly no nonsense and direct. So you approach her. She kind of gives you the what do you want? Like, I know you want something look.
She suggests, if you're okay with it, to talk with in the Blue Hill and through Davos plans about pushing for tribal unity. We want to push solidarity and unity in these uncertain times, and also didn't want to do it without you knowing this time. Thumbs up.
We
She
think about that after that.
right. Now that we failed, we'd like to loop you in. She considers you for a moment, and she thinks about it. She thinks about, like, you can see her kind of weighing you up, and then she says, "I think we're thinking about the same things that are going to happen next year." But she says, "I already have people on it, working on it. But if you're interested
Okay.
in helping with that, you could talk to Orstar, right? He's your
Thanks.
friend, and you should probably." She smirks at you. You should probably talk to Koristor, because he's just about the only member of the Mandarin that will talk to any of us.
Maybe.
I help him.
For the record,
You like
Kathea,
him.
he's always been polite to you.
I think I've always been polite to him.
Yes, but I mean, just in case your
See?
cousin
There we
is
I
too
have a.
too scared to go talk to him.
I could go talk to him. You want me to go talk to him?
I'm not
I'll go be
scared.
social.
I'm just thinking about going to him 2 seasons pregnant after he lost.
Right.
I'll go do it. What could go wrong?
Kathea's like, screw it, I got this.
So let's go together.
Okay. You can do all the talking. I'll go along. I'll go along for emotional support.
And this is a much better look. You go with your heavily armed bodyguard.
No, do not reduce me to a bodyguard, Mr. Frank. I'm more than a bodyguard.
Yeah. So you did start this by saying you're going to hang out in the background and look menacing.
Well, not in this particular case. I wasn't looking menacing.
Right.
I'm
I
looking
get you.
professional.
Professional. I got you.
Don't
Okay.
twist me.
So yeah, you
Don't-
guys can try.
We'll seek
Okay, you seek out Koristor first. Good job. All right. So what you
No,
find pretty quickly.
let Baronth know that I'm going to go talk to him.
Okay. He's cool with it.
I figured.
It's fine. He's got his own schemes. He doesn't have time for yours.
Wait, what?
What?
Narrow.
He's like, have fun. I trust you.
He's not bad. He's broken.
He's a good guy. We all like him. I'm asserting
Really?
to my player group. Okay, so you talk to Koristor. You find it takes you a while. He's busy. He's moving back and forth. He's often in conversation with people. Go ahead and roll an intrigue check for me. Both of you can participate in this
Ooh,
if you'd
I have
like.
a chance.
You don't have to.
Maybe. No, I'd like to.
I'd like to.
Okay.
Ooh, that's why you have me along. I rolled a 24 against my 37 intrigue.
Nice.
Hey, it's
You're
about
worse
time,
at
really,
it,
skill.
but your dice are
No.
luckier. So, good job. All right. So, okay.
Our characters don't know that.
Kathea, you're able to put this together probably because you're just more detached from the situation, the emotional stakes of it all. And so you're paying more attention.
Yeah.
Like, instead of like, I can't
That's
catch him.
fair.
I need to think about what to talk about. You're just like, he's like moving to and fro. He just talked to this guy and he talked to that guy. And pretty soon you're like, wow, he's talking to all the merchants, but he's not buying anything. But he seems, you suspect he's pitching them something or talking, like trying, like floating an idea to them. Because he kind of goes to one merchant, he talks for a while, and then he goes to the next one. And so he's kind of been back and forth. And he's not always visiting people at their booths, but he's just like, if he stops and talks to someone in the crowd, you're just like, doesn't that guy sell stuff? Isn't that guy a merchant or a trader or a caravan leader? Or like, you're just like, he's talking to basically everybody you know in the tribe that's Asari's connected.
And this is Korstar?
Yes.
I mentioned this to you. We could also go talk to Orstar, who is an Asaris, and see if he knows anything.
Wait a minute.
Did you figure it out?
Well, the last tribal fair, there was that song about the wind, and the lunars are ramping up. And now even Korstar is kind of unifying, at least with the Asaris merchants and stuff. Is he setting up supply lines? Sorry.
He's trying to sell something.
That's interesting. I see where you're going with that. You don't know right now.
Then
you can try to find out.
Yeah.
So do you guys continue to pursue him, or are you going to talk to Orstar?
What's your preference?
I think we pursue Korstar.
Okay, we will pursue Korstar.
Cool.
Unless
Give
we
it some
split the
time.
party.
You can split the party. You're on your own clan lands, inside of your own walls. What could go wrong?
That's all right. We'll stick together.
Okay, cool. So you are eventually able to flag him down. It takes more time than you would have expected. Like, you end up just kind of like taking a step back and watching him until there's a lull or he doesn't find someone for a minute, and then you can step in. He sees you coming, so he kind of raises a hand in greeting, and he'll let you take the initiative on the conversation.
Okay. I let them know our push of tribal unity and solidarity in these trying times. Kind of sales pitch there. We're just pushing tribal unity and solidarity. I'm scared of what that's going to become if other people are already working on it, but I don't say that part.
Right.
So I let him know the pitch. Then I ask him if he's already working on that with everything going on.
Right. Okay.
Since he's flitting and fleeting like a bumblebee.
Hey. He's going to and fro like a roving wind.
That's what I
would be his
meant to say.
preferred metaphor.
Sorry.
Okay. Roll just like a charm roll to kind of see, like, test the waters here.
Hooray!
Did you succeed at that?
Success.
Okay. I was like, you're either cheering
Yes.
a success or a fumble. I don't know if you're like, I want to succeed, or I just really want the drama. But you get the success, so you can put a check in that, and then.
Oh no.
So he seems interested, and you put yourself over well as far as like constructing what you're saying, like, reasonably, and sort of being the right amount of, like, not weird or nervous about things, which is helpful. And he tells you that he is interested in tribal unity. He would like to see the Mandarin stop feuding so much with the unvoting, because he feels like it's a waste of time and effort that is weakening the clan and also the tribe. He feels like there's a subtext here of, we had a shot at that and we missed our best opportunity, that he doesn't actually state outright. He just lets it sit in a pause somewhere.
That's fair.
It's like, yes, it would be nice if we had found a way for our clans to become more interlinked so that we could avoid violence. Meaningful pause, moving on. You're like, too bad. But that's not what he's actually working on right now, in so much as, one, he's not trying to get people to feel more unified, and two, it's not just about the tribe. Do you just ask him that?
I mean, if
Kathea's like, we could play this game, or I could just ask him
probably
outright what he's doing.
Yeah. So what are you doing? So you run around all the merchants, unless Soinnarios gets there first and stops me and is my diplomatic. Okay, so I just asked, just pure curiosity. So we're chasing you down. Look like you're hitting all the merchants. What are you looking for something special?
He kind of, like, not to purchase, but yes, he considers.
Don't help me.
He does like you, and more importantly, he respects you. There are some. I'm trying to think about how he wants to manage this. Let's see here. He says, look, I know that despite appearances, neither of you are actually very loyal to the Lunars. So you should probably be aware that some people think you're sympathizers.
That's probably fair.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that last week, and I was like, if your characters were NPCs in like our Pavis game, we would have called you collaborators and felt good about it. So, but it's more complicated than that, right? So he says that part though, and then he says
exactly.
He says, for the tribes of Aldature and the clans and the traders have always had traditional rights and prerogatives concerning trade and market access. And he says, for a long time, we have given a lot of grace to the Lunars to allow them to integrate their own markets and networks into Aldature, but enough prerogatives have been stepped on that we're starting to firm up our stance on that. Because I cannot stress enough that this is not rebellion, and this is not in any way a challenge to lunar rule. But he says we have to protect our trade. The lunar markets can't eat everything.
I think that's. I'll actually say on both those counts. When he says some people think that we're lunar sympathizers, I say, well, I don't really think we are, but I understand how they might perceive us because we're not lunar haters. And he says on the lunar markets, and we've worked with them on the lunar markets. Yeah. I actually ask, is there something I can do to help? Sure, quite a bit, and will be most of the rest of the season.
He thinks about it for a moment. You can see he's pleased to have you on side. He's like, yeah, we got one. But he's not sure, but he might confer with some people he knows and see about what you could do.
He knows where to reach me.
Yes. Soinnarios?
I'm willing to help, but also just need to be careful with everything going on.
Yeah, he gets a little sober at that.
It's different being the one who can be lost as opposed to being the one losing something or someone. I think Corntip dying and then getting pregnant right after that is kind of playing into the, like, seeing my mother's grief on that. But also the whole thing with I don't tell. I'm just letting you know what's going through Soinnarios' head. I'm not telling CoreStar all of this.
Right.
But also Baron's kids apparently being taken by Lunars is what it looked like in that divination.
Yeah. Taken's a good word. Rescued might also be a perfectly valid word in terms of they found children
I just don't know
wandering and they just don't know where to take them or who to send them to or if there even is anybody or if that would be a good idea, right? But yeah, for sure.
By the way, you haven't told me about that, have you? Or have you?
I would assume so.
Okay. I wasn't sure what you'd share out of that.
Because you took the note to the Lunar Priestess. And I told you what was in it before.
Yeah.
You
now I
read
remember. I forgot that part. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. So cool.
Okay.
But yeah, we can't be letting our people like Orstar and everybody else lose their markets just because the Lunars traipse in here with their wyverns.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one of the big things is that the Lunars are so large and wealthy.
Off to the spade. Yeah.
That they can exert a lot of influence and secure favorable trade deals or exchange rates and things like that, just because they have so much wealth. Okay.
But be careful.
See if we.
I do tell them.
Right. He says, "Yeah, I always am." Cool. So you're in on CoreStar's little conspiracy.
It's the one that ends up being the end of us.
In a board meeting.
Yes. That's my core plan here is to bore all of you to death with successive board meetings while discussing financial obligations and trade rates and exchanges and alternate take. CoreStar is Palpatine. Okay, so that's kind of what you find out there. Do you still want to talk to CoreStar?
Sure, might as well. Are connected to everything a little more.
Makes sense. Cool. So you can meet up with him. He's happy to see you guys.
He's our friend and cousin.
Yeah. He's happy to see you guys. It's been a little bit. He has his wife is also a crafter, so they basically run a so in King of Dragon Pass, you know how you could be like these 5 households are making crafts instead of, we have crafters in the clan. That's what him and his wife are. They have a household where they instead of farming, they produce things for the clan to trade. So yeah, so they're linked into this already. He's happy to see you. He talks about we've set up a workshop and we make things and blah blah blah. He's a woodworker. She is a potter. So they both do that stuff. And he's, they're having a pretty good time. And he asks you how you've been. How have you guys been?
Doing all right.
You have a lot that's happened lately. Give me a whole story of your getting married and all.
Good times.
Married, do you just trauma dump the poor man?
Probably. It's been almost a year.
Nice. You're like, so we went to help the elves, and then my brother got killed, but we brought him back, but he's not the same. And then I had a competition, and now I'm married, and I'm pregnant, and CoreStar's not happy with me, but we're part of his conspiracy.
You could go in all, makes me think of the Sokka style. When we first broke him out, whole thing.
Right. Brutal. Just brutal.
As long as it's not Louise from Ant-Man.
Yeah, I won't. I'll let Soinnarios do most of the talking, because she's had a more exciting year than me, probably. At least from a personal point of view.
No, let them know, and then let them know we're... Because that's kind of opened our eyes to tribal unity and solidarity and not letting our internal problems affect our ability to deal with external problems.
Right. He nods at that. He goes, yeah, we should all be united.
To his people.
He says, I'll do what I can. And he kind of mentions offhandedly, he's like, yeah, growing up, we were always taught that our clan's greatest enemy was the Hydra, right? The hidden many-headed thing. So best to nip that in the bud before it multiplies.
No internal strife. We like the last strife to be the Indian strife.
Yeah, just external strife is best.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than internal strife.
True facts. So yeah, he's doing pretty well. He'll agree to help you pretty quickly, talk to who he can, and kind of push that along a little bit insofar as he's capable. Because he's just a really good guy. He just wants everyone to get along. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think so. I think we covered the major points for that stuff for Orstar, at least, in CoreStar.
We get to put a check in trauma dump.
No, if only it were a skill. Okay, what else is going to happen at the fair? So as the fair kind of goes on, you guys kind of push in where you can. You know a few people that aren't connected to all of your clan ring and stuff, so you're able to kind of push that agenda forward a little bit. You are quickly aware that you're hardly the only people in your clan who kind of had the same idea of maybe we don't want to get raided next year. We should work on this now. So you find yourself part of a broader effort. You see, now that you're clued in, I mean, you're more aware that like it's not just core store going and talking to everybody. Like people are talking to each other. You see a fair amount of the merchants kind of chatting about this and that. Your impression would be that they're kind of forming like a guild or a consortium. Not that those like consortium's definitely not a word that your characters would know, but that's sort of like, hey, like as a group, merchants and traders need to get organized and working together in order to protect their interests throughout the Confederation. So that's kind of, you're seeing some of that brewing.
So with these, now there would be traders from outside of our tribe here too.
Yes.
So it's right.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's a larger group than that.
Mhm.
If there's an opportunity, I'd chat with one or more of them, or if there's a small group of them. I mean, if they have a big group, that's probably not my place to speak up and say anything. But a small group, just chat and kind of get a feel. Boy, it's my odds pulling two of these off. But get a feel for things, and maybe offer the support I can. Enough to kind of reassure people I'm not a lunar collaborator.
Right.
Might be a new.
Yeah, you've had the misfortune of doing several high-profile things that involve cooperating with the Lunars, which has unfairly tarred your reputation for being the sort of people who will do things that involve cooperating publicly with the Lunars.
I mean, to be fair, we went to them to make a huge profit by selling them wyvern eggs. So, I mean, I kind of knew at the time that's we'd put a foot over that line pretty well that we couldn't take back, and then we had them deliver food to our place, and so yeah. I mean,
shoot.
We did it knowingly.
So, Kathea, you were going to attempt to listen in or join or talk to a merchant. Is that correct?
Yeah, I picked up that they're doing the guild consortium, and if there's a chance, I'd love to, kind of let them know I would. I've heard a little bit about their concerns, but I'd like to hear more, and then she'll offer any support she can. I don't know how much support she really is, but she's got some influence now. Came here to show off how influential I could be.
Right. So you're going to try. Makes sense.
I'll try.
Here. So you would be talking to a merchant of the Ahmad tribe. They're off to your east. You are allied to one of their clans, but not to this man's clan. You're allied to the Badari, but not to his clan.
Okay.
So this is a merchant guy.
You don't have to give me a name if you don't want, but if you want to, you can.
I'll figure out what we're talking. So this is a man in his he'd be in his 40s, so he's aging, right? And he is
old man.
Yeah, he's getting up there. So I have my suspicions about how that works. No, you're good. Boy, I've used some of these. Some of them I really recognize already too. One name Alaro. Alaro is a cool name. Maybe he'll become important. So he will chat with you a little bit. He saw you apparently talking to Core Store earlier. He's heard about that because he's pretty forthright and pretty willing to talk about what's going on. So, and he kind of tells you something. He says, basically the Lunars are very wealthy and they rule the region, but they've also that's warped the ability of traders that are local to here to kind of do business at times. And so by working together, we can sort of protect our traditional rights and rights that are guaranteed by clan, by tribe, by the Confederation itself. Like these are rights that we've had longer than we've been a part of Sartor, rights that we had under Tarsh. And so they're things that they're trying to hold on to, basically. Traditional privileges or rights and abilities that let them conduct business. And so they're just kind of working together to keep the markets open and not let the Lunars get too much of a grasp on trade.
Good. I asked if there's anything we can do to help us, but I don't know if there is.
Well, he says,
nowhere.
Your temple is famously pretty neutral, but it's also by ancient right. Yolornian temples are allowed to mint their own coinage, which could be useful.
That's something, of course, I'm aware of, but I never really thought of how that could be useful. But yeah, I'll keep it in mind.
Right? It's like, oh yeah, we do have an independent mint. That's.
Well, no, I mean, but you have to have
silver. Yeah, like you can't spontaneously generate money, but you are capable of stamping coins. They are called stars.
Could shift this game over to us becoming a banking system.
Wolf.
Savings and loan.
absolutely do not have the chops for that. We're not doing that.
I'm joking.
I will
It's
note,
not at all serious.
just as a historical fact,
And-
monetary systems predate money. Coinage springs into being after the need for tracking abstract exchanges already exists. So
Yeah.
But anyways, just a side note. But yeah, I don't want to do banking, the RuneQuest experience, but
It could be background.
yeah, but it's something to think about. Like you do have the
Neither do
ability
I.
to create coinage and distribute it. That is useful because coins are nominally worth a little more than their silver would suggest. Like a silver coin has less silver in it than a piece of hack silver worth a coin because it has
Yeah.
standards. So you know essentially that coin is good. It hasn't been watered down or alloyed.
Good. I can keep that in mind.
Sounds good. So yeah, sorry, I know this hasn't been like super riveting stuff. We're like, yeah, we're talking about trade rights and obligations
all right.
and coinage and
That's part of what
But-
we were wanting out of this game.
yeah, for sure.
It's that clan experience.
Ooh-wee. What else do we have? So that happens. Largely covers the stuff that actually being discussed at the fair. At the midpoint of the fair, you have the Orlan's High Holy Day. You'll both attend as lay members, essentially, probably. I don't know. Kathea, you might not be a lay member to Orland.
Yeah.
Like you might be you're a lay member to Ronaldo. You might not. You don't have to go to this if you don't want to. Actually,
I probably would out of respect. But yeah, I think I could be a lay member for, like you
Makes
said,
sense.
for it also might push
Makes
back on
sense.
any of the people, thinking we're too in with the Lunars because the Orlanthi tend to be a little more on the anti side, so it might look better if I'm there too. Yes, I'm totally going to church for social and political reasons.
And speaking of that,
those are the
Maybe
best
Barron's and I
reasons to
need our-
go.
Hell,
I'll make
Mhm.
sure Barron's is
Listen
there
to-
with me, or I'm there with him, or whatever. I didn't know if we needed or should have our
You said Baron.
wedding. Yeah,
You were wed in Earth season at Ernalda's High Holy Day. She's the goddess
still
of
go
marriage.
with him to it.
Yeah, you can go with them. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're gonna go because you should be a lay member to Orlanth as an Arnaldan initiate. That would be very normal. And then yeah, your husband's obviously initiate to Orlanth, so he'll want to go. So you two will go, and you were too busy chasing Chorus Door schemes and your own schemes to see what Baron's schemes were. Yeah, good for Baron. He's a good guy. Let's see. So you'll both attend that ceremony. The big thing that you notice, and it is strictly personal, is that Coram does not go. So that happens. Otherwise, not too much. It's a relatively quiet festival season. Later in the week, near the end of it, your guys' temples will present you. This is kind of a public thing that'll happen at the fair. Soinnarios, your mother, will kind of introduce this. It seems appropriate to handle your rewards for that publicly to the tribe as well, so that you're getting more acclaim than you otherwise would.
I love it. Perfect.
Okay, so everyone in your cohort will get their various rewards. I have not detailed individual rewards for everybody yet, like as far as like Elendor, Coram, Merdina. But they mostly just gave theirs to the cult, and that'll be handled by their various cults. So anyways, the big, like, Merdina's more or less handled in Old Church. But anyways, focus-wise, on the two of you, Kathea, your temple, so your priestess, will be publicly giving you a couple of items. One of those items is going to be a spell matrix, right? So it's like a piece of jewelry. Probably you have what necklaces right now? Do you have any armbands or torques? Nope. Okay, cool. So you're going to get a
I got a necklace with a stone on it, and a necklace, and then also, so yeah,
right. So you got some
torque arm,
necklaces.
that'd be good.
Right. So we'll give you like an arm ring probably. So this would be it's a silver arm ring or arm torque type thing that you'd wear like on a bicep basically, like up there, and
Mm-hmm.
it has Yolorna's runes carved into it. It's decorated with like a star motif. Like it's a nice piece of jewelry. It also has several images like scratchings on it, or not scratchings, it's wrong, etchings that would hold a couple of rune spells. I'm going to be honest, or not rune spells, sorry, spirit spells. Rune spells are more complicated. I was going to give you like a protect and a couple spells like that, but you kind of have those already. Do you want to move some of these out, or do you want something weird? Like,
no, off the top of my head, I thought before about something like a protection. Improving and having a better protection would be worthwhile.
Okay, cool. So let's say that this is a
because that would seem to fit it well. Either that
Right.
or like a spirit screen or something, or whatever the spirit version of that is. I can't think of anything else. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head.
So here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna have various invocations to like you'll learn his side as a protector and defender, and so it will have a protect 4 matrix in it, which is better than what you currently have, and it would have a spirit screen 2
Yes.
matrix in it. So as long as you have this armband on,
Oh.
you will have those spells successful to you.
Excellent.
That's item 1. Item
That's cool.
2 for you. This one's a little more ritualistic, but they're going to give you a small quiver, so it's 10 arrows that have silver heads, and that would be in a small quiver that's like chased with silver caps and things. So it's again fancy. The arrows are silver, so they always count as like magical, even things that are resistant to it. That would be item 2 for you. Item 3 is kind of given, and it's observed in the breach, right? Is that if you ascend to like a rune level, like they will be able to provide you with iron. Like they're holding some of what you gave them back for you once you reach that level.
Okay, excellent.
Okie doke. Next up, so that's you. We'll handle like Undor will get some stuff, similar things, Matrix, Promise of Iron later, stuff like that. Scenarios. Your temple will give you, so you'll be presented most of the stuff by your mother. You're presented with a square shield that's made of hammered copper. So this is so it's a medium shield. It works like a medium shield, but it resists. It has like the 12 armor points that a shield should have, or HP. Anything over 12 will go through to you, but the shield won't diminish unless it's taken over 18 points of damage. That's how copper works. Right. Also, as an enchanted item, it is proof against breakages. So like you can never fumble explode your shield. If someone casts a spell that destroys things, it would fail on your shield. This is also relevant to the second item you are given, which is a fancy copper axe. So it's a nice axe with a enchanted copper blade. It works the same way. It has the regular axe AP, but it would take 50% more to actually damage it. So like where an axe is usually 10, anything past 10 will still go through to your armor, but only if the blow does 16 or more will actually degrade the axe weapon. And it similarly has the enchanted runic metal invulnerability to shattering, so you can never break your axe on a fumble. I have no idea how likely that is to ever happen again. Probably vanishingly rare, right? But you don't have to worry about it. And if someone tried to break it with a spell, it would fail. No, they're cool. They're as good as it gets, really. For your character is so tough. Like the thing about copper is that it makes cool armor that is like 1 AP less, but half the encumbrance of bronze. But you can just wear bronze plate. So you should just wear bronze plate. It's better. So, and the weapons aren't quite as good as a bonus, but they're useful. The shield is useful. The axe is kind of useful. They definitely are status symbols. The third thing you get is a flat. It's like a piece of. It's a bracelet with a little bit of silver, like enough to clasp it. Basically, it's a fairly chunky bracelet. It has a green semi-precious stone. That's like a flat square set in the middle of it, and that is gonna. It will also hold some spells. So the big thing you get, because you're a member of a big healing cult, is a heal 6 spell is bound into it.
Sorry about that.
So you got 3 things. Gifts come in 3s. It's a good number, but yeah. It's also hard to stress how valuable iron is. These are big, expensive gifts. Like these are importantly enchanted metals, rune matrices. These are things that members of your temples gave up POW to enchant. Like other members of your community sacrifice some of their potential magically to help you. That's how much it's worth. It's worth a piece of someone's life, basically. That will so both of you can write on your character sheets like tribal acclaim, which is essentially what happens. Like you're recognized, like you've been doing these things, you brought back all this stuff, you've been giving gifts in front of the tribe by your temple. The queen would have been involved like in this, like overseeing it, like not actually doing it, but just like present for it. So you'll both get for tribal acclaim, you'll both get like 4 rep.
Nice. So did Orbrass get to sit there and watch all that? I hope we did.
Oh yeah.
Of course, he's not the one that hates me. I hate him.
No, you hate him.
It's the kid's dad who
Yes. Yeah, he would have been there for that as well. Yeah, you actually don't get any trouble off of him. If you'll remember, he initiated Humok following the separation from the life he knew that occurred. And he, according to Core Store, he's looking forward to coming after you, but you would expect to get some warning. You would expect him to wait until the truce expires between your clans,
which is next year.
Next fire season. Yeah. Okay. That kind of settles it for the most part for the fair. If there's anything you guys wanted to do there, Scenarios, I assume we've talked about it in the last two that you were going to buy your current Carls and Cotters some items there. That's part of your living standard, basically, is providing them with gifts at the appropriate time. So I would assume you handle that at this time as well.
Yes.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to do at the fair? Okay, it's cool. Just whatever they want, like. Go crazy, kids. It's okay if the answer is no, I've done everything I want to. I just want to make sure that we've done everything before I move on.
I'm okay to move on for me.
Okay, cool. Okay, so the big things that are going to happen this season after the fair. Kathea, you're going to go back to Aldacher. When you leave, you will be somewhat surprised to find that Coram has mounted up. He looks not doing great on his horse. He's not a good rider anymore. But he asked to go with you.
I'll talk to him. I mean, I'm not going to say no, whatever it is, but I'll talk to him when we go to figure out why he's going, what his plans are, and I won't bring up that I noticed that he wasn't at the Orlanthe thing, but I'm curious about it if I could. Lord knows I'm not great at subtle working around things, but
I'll be really subtle. What are you doing? Why are you here? I understand. I get it.
She's not that bad.
I know.
She's not that bad.
I played a paladin who was in one of your 4E games a long time ago. You and the rest of the party hated him because you're like, we're trying to figure this out, and he would just go to the nearest person and be like, hey, what's going on? What's happening? Why is this person doing it? Just like all the cards on the table immediately. Like, just
there you go.
That truth rune, man, it'll get you, which you don't. But yeah, so yeah, you can kind of poke at these things. He waits until you're off clan lands to commit to much, right? And he'll wait really throughout the first day of travel before he really says anything. Once you're closer to there than not, he'll tell you that it's since he died and came back, he's sort of just seen, like his soul went into the underworld when he died. That's normal. But when he died, he went to he died in an elven grove, and his body was held in an elven temple. His soul went to the green hell, where elves go when they die. And since then, he just doesn't feel like I don't know. Some of the awkwardness is his, not mine, but it's like he doesn't see the point in any of the fighting or violence anymore. Not just that he's not good at it anymore, but he doesn't want to be good at it.
Right. Fair enough.
And so his intention
is to
plan? He wants to go to the temple of Chana Arroy and dedicate himself to the healing goddess.
All right. I support that. I don't understand it. She doesn't understand it, but she'll totally support it.
Right. Cool. So yeah, he's appreciative of your support.
I'm curious, does anybody else know he's doing this, or did he just unilaterally decide this on his own?
That he had to change his life.
Yeah.
So he can't initiate right away.
No, that's fair.
He will have to spend some time as a lay member, but the oaths on a lay member are just as they're a hair less restrictive than being an initiate. So he's on that life path now. Otherwise, you'll be able to finish your time in Aldacher and do your reading. Your reading lessons. Once you return at the end of the season, the land grants that the clan makes, so the clan will reinvest land from households that no longer exist. They will hand out land to households that are now existing. They will redistribute land from people who did really poorly, or reward more land to people who've done really well. Sometimes new land is cleared or taken possession of, and that all is handled at the clan level. Communities own the land, not individuals. So at this time, and some of this you guys knew was happening, Soinnarios, you are rewarded 5 hides of land that are still on the border of the land that you took from the Mandarin, but they're further in and are more suitable to being farmed. So like to being planted and crops being grown.
Yay.
You were being divested of the 3 hides around 3 Halstead. So you no longer oversee those lands. But luckily, all of your maneuvering has paid some fruition. Kathea, you are the Thane of 3
Yes.
Halstead. Congratulations.
Okay.
You were not expected to handle the day-to-day farming. You have been given your family's land and birthright. And you can allow your brother and sister-in-law to manage things for you. And they will be better at it than you would be. But also, with the peace treaty dropping off
I'm officially. Yeah.
in fire season, it makes sense to move a Thane out there. Also of note to you is that your brother, Dirtass, is being moved into your household.
And
He will occupy Hall 3.
He's okay.
And
Well,
he's
he's
also
a little
warrior.
stronger. Yeah, so we'll have a little more oomph out there.
Yep. So those holdings will otherwise
the
remain
cotters.
unchanged. So say what?
I said enjoy those cotters.
Right. I've left you a mess.
Yeah.
Have fun.
They're my. Did you leave all your? Did you like recruit all new cotters and then just left us with what you had before? Yeah, that's the easiest transition.
I tried.
Scenarios. Did you bring any good ones with you?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because all my Carls were good herding Carls and not necessarily planting Carls.
Right.
The lands, the three hides we have is it's all pasture, right? It's not really farming.
Yes. Cool. So that's how we're managing that. I told Scenarios a while ago that I was like, I think I'm going to do this so that everybody gets what they want and nobody's actually happy with it. And that's kind of the goal.
So something that Kathea really didn't want.
Yeah, you're like, I didn't want this.
That's all right.
But it is a way to keep your land and your family.
Yeah.
But still allow the spirit of your request to pass through. It's like, well, Honora and your brother are going to be managing that territory for all practical intents and purposes. And you can be as lenient and helpful as you want to be with them. And there's still a woman of your clan occupying that land. So sensible
makes
all
sense.
around. Okay, otherwise, guys,
actually, it makes more
that's
sense
kind of the last.
I just said,
right? That's it. So the last thing to do, it's dark season. We are not going to make it to Sacred Time. Unfortunately, we had too many technical issues on my end for that to happen. But if you want to do your dark season checks, you can. So you would have a training and read-write, like Kathea, and then you'll have whatever roles you succeeded or fumbled at during the session, and also your seasonal 4.
Oh, I still have to get my season 4. Cool.
Yeah, you were around enough, I think.
I have a question. I don't want to be too greedy with it, but there's no time in this season where I could have paid and learned another spell, is there?
Like a rune spell?
If the answer is no, that's fine. No, like a spirit spell.
Probably not. You were training something all season already.
Okay, that's fine. That's why I asked. That's all right.
No, you're good.
You'll be glad to know my intrigue went up.
Good. It's an underrated skill.
Oh yeah, medium shield went up.
Nice.
I swear to God, I actually got it. My medium shield is exactly 75 plus 15, and so is my one-handed spear. Nice. I rolled an 82 to go up, and I added 3 to my 72.
Very nice.
I'm not going to bother trying to roll a composite.
I mean, you could. It might go up. You never know. So I'm being kind of quiet here because I'm desyncing from you guys. I can tell I'm lagged, but feel free to chat.
Hey, so I'll just let you know my worship went up. I just realized my worship's already above 90 in my shield. Super skill. Training, is that 1d6 minus 1? So
hold on. I have the page open. I just need to go to it. Okay. So, yeah, it's either 1d6 minus 1 or a plus 2, but it's automatic. You don't check for it. It just happens.
I'd already rolled it. Actually, I rolled 6, so yay. So I actually have 3 combat skills above 90. Well, at 90% or above.
Mm-hmm.
Plus ride horse and worship.
Yep. You are short a point in
So, I
charisma.
don't know how far I am. Is that it?
Yep.
Well,
In time. You need 5 years in the cold.
no. Well, and I think I'll get the 5 years the same time I have a chance of pushing the charisma up because of the elf set of adventures.
Yeah.
This should probably coincide. That's good. I'm happy.
Yeah, you guys have been a little faster than I estimated. I thought you would have.
I've got
4 or 5 months ago, I was like, I don't know if you guys will make it 2 rune status before the end of the game. And that was not the case.
I've gotten very lucky on skill. I've had some nights I've done very well, and then I've had a knack for getting some. Well, my composite bow went up high pretty quickly.
Yeah, and there was a long stretch where your spear wasn't going up at all.
No, and then it's gone up 2 or 3 times lately, and it started out high enough, and then I've rolled consistently pretty high. And then I started training shield when I realized I kind of needed 3 combat skills, and my shield actually has gone up fairly quickly. And again, both of them started at like 70 some, so
Right.
they weren't massive jumps to get there. I want to kind of learn flame spear. I think I can do that now that I have some space. And I can really rub it into those Yomelios faces more when I can use fire in combat.
Right. You have to. I mean, it's important. So
it's important to remind everybody I can use fire. Hey, Soinnarios, you doing okay?
I got manage household to go up because of how the experience roll works.
nice.
What's your manage household skill at? I realize I could look at your sheet.
82 plus the knowledge bonus of 10.
Wow.
You're running a tight ship over there.
I hope my brother and my sister-in-law have a better skill than I do,
Yes.
They do.
or we're in trouble.
They'll be fine. Hooey. All right, good
They
times.
may not be as good as Soinnarios, but they'll be good.
My plan for next session is that we'll open with Sacred Time, and then we will move on to some sea season stuff. This is not, like we kind of talked about, there's not going to be a lot of like big questing adventures, but Soinnarios, you have some things to follow. You will have some things to follow up on concerning your husband's children, and Kathea, you're probably going to get serious about prepping for Hero Quest. Okay, cool. And we will handle some of that stuff in the next session. So
My
hopefully
hero quest is fire season, I think.
Yes, it is. Cool. All right. So we'll start ramping up to that stuff in the next session, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Excellent.